In the heart of London, where centuries of history meet the pulse of modern ambition, a grand plan has come to a standstill. What was once envisioned as a symbol of international cooperation and progress has now become a focal point of uncertainty and debate, casting a long shadow over the city's storied streets. This stalled project now stands as a powerful symbol of the tense and complicated relationship between the United Kingdom and China. A relationship marked by both opportunity and suspicion, collaboration and caution. The Chinese government's vision is nothing short of transformative: to turn the historic Royal Mint Court into Europe's largest Chinese embassy. This bold architectural statement is meant to showcase China's growing influence and its determination to establish a prominent presence in the heart of the West. Yet, instead of a ribbon-cutting ceremony, the project has encountered a formidable wall of opposition. Political hesitation, vocal protests, and widespread public anxiety have all converged, stalling progress and fueling heated debate across the city and beyond. For many, the embassy is far more than just a building. It represents a strategic move on the global chessboard, a tangible reflection of China's vision for its role in the West, and a test of how far its ambitions can reach. But this grand ambition has ignited controversy at every level. The UK now faces difficult questions about national security, the protection of its sovereignty, and the future direction of its relationship with China. The debate has spilled from government halls into the public square, with citizens and officials alike voicing concerns and hopes. The British government finds itself caught in a delicate balancing act, torn between the promise of economic opportunity and the rising tide of security concerns. Each delay in the project's progress only underscores the complexity of the dilemma, highlighting the stakes for both nations. As of December 2025, the fate of the embassy remains unresolved. Both sides are locked in a tense waiting game, anticipating a decision that could reshape not only the future of Royal Mint Court, but also the broader landscape of UK-China relations for years to come. The uncertain future of Royal Mint Court has become a litmus test, a defining moment that will reveal how these two global powers navigate the challenges and opportunities of a rapidly changing world. The Royal Mint Court, just steps from the Tower of London, is no ordinary sight. It's a symbol of British history and power. For centuries, this location has stood at the crossroads of tradition and transformation, bearing witness to the rise and fall of empires and the evolution of London itself. Once the heart of the UK's coin production, its historic buildings echo centuries of economic might. Here, coins that fueled the British Empire were minted, and the site became a symbol of national pride and industrial achievement. The echoes of clinking coins and bustling workers still seem to linger in the air, a reminder of the site's pivotal role in shaping the nation's fortunes. In 2018, China's purchase of the site signaled its intent to consolidate its diplomatic presence in London. The acquisition was not just a real estate transaction, it was a statement of China's growing influence on the world stage, and a move that drew immediate attention from both local and international observers. The location is strategic, close to the city's financial hub, but also deeply sensitive due to its heritage and residential surroundings. Its proximity to the heart of London's financial district makes it a coveted address. Yet its historical significance and the presence of long-standing communities add layers of complexity to any development plans. Local residents and heritage groups have voiced strong opposition, citing security risks and disruption to the neighborhood. Concerns range from increased surveillance and restricted access to fears that the character of the area will be irreversibly altered. For many, the site is not just a piece of land, but a living part of London's collective memory. The site's transformation from a British icon to a Chinese stronghold stirs anxieties about national identity and sovereignty. The visible changes, Chinese flags, new security measures, and the replacement of British symbols have become flashpoints for debate, fueling questions about who truly controls the city's most storied spaces. For many, this is more than a planning dispute. It's a question of what message the UK sends to the world. The controversy has sparked heated debates in Parliament, dominated headlines, and become a topic of conversation on London streets, reflecting deeper anxieties about Britain's place in a rapidly changing global order. The Royal Mint Court debate is now a flashpoint in the broader struggle over history, identity, and global power. As the story unfolds, it forces Londoners, and the world, to confront difficult questions about heritage, security, and the shifting balance of influence in one of the world's great cities. the embassy's approval process has been plagued by years of delays, reflecting deep political unease. After local rejection, the decision moved to the national level, where the government has repeatedly postponed a final ruling. Most recently, the deadline was pushed to January 2026, citing the need for further security reviews. These delays are more than bureaucratic. They signal the government's struggle to balance security, diplomacy, and public opinion. China sees the stalling as bad faith, urging swift approval, and framing it as a test of the UK's commitment to the relationship. Critics argue the government should reject the plan outright, rather than appear indecisive. The UK is caught between risking backlash at home and provoking Beijing abroad. Each delay only heightens the stakes, making the eventual decision even more consequential. Security concerns are at the core of the opposition to the Royal Mint Court embassy. Critics warn the vast complex could become a hub for Chinese intelligence and surveillance, given its size and location. Its proximity to critical digital infrastructure raises fears of espionage and data interception. Recent MI5 warnings about Chinese spying have fueled public and political anxiety. For many, no security guarantees can outweigh the risks of such a facility in central London. The debate is less about architecture and more about the UK's ability to safeguard its sovereignty.
A broad and diverse coalition of local residents, grassroots activists, and political figures has come together in a rare show of unity, making it nearly impossible for government ministers to approve the controversial embassy project without facing significant backlash. The strength and visibility of this opposition have forced officials to tread carefully, knowing that any decision in favour of the embassy could spark outrage not just locally, but across the country. The debate over the embassy has quickly become a lightning rod for much broader anxieties about China's growing influence in the UK. For many, it's not just about a building, it's about the values and future direction of the community and the nation as a whole. The proposed embassy has come to symbolise deeper concerns about national security, foreign interference, and the protection of democratic freedoms. The passionate protests have added a powerful moral dimension to the debate, transforming the issue from a simple planning dispute into a question of principle. Activists argue that allowing the embassy would send the wrong message about the UK's stance on human rights and freedom of expression, making this a battle over core democratic values. Lawmakers from across the political spectrum have responded to these concerns, amplifying the voices of their constituents and increasing the political pressure on the government. Parliamentary debates and public statements have kept the issue in the national spotlight, making it clear that this is not just a local matter, but a question of national importance. Hong Kong pro-democracy activists and international human rights groups have also joined the fight, framing the embassy as a direct threat to dissidents and a symbol of authoritarian reach. Their involvement has broadened the coalition and brought global attention to the local struggle, highlighting the risks faced by those who speak out against the Chinese government. This wave of activism and public pressure ultimately led the local council to reject the initial planning application, a rare and significant grassroots victory against a global superpower. The decision was celebrated as proof that ordinary people, when united, can influence outcomes even in the face of immense international pressure. In Tower Hamlets, local residents remain fiercely opposed to the embassy, voicing deep concerns about potential disruption, increased security risks, and the impact on the character of their neighbourhood. Their determination continues to shape the debate, ensuring that local voices are heard at every stage of the process.
From Beijing's perspective, the embassy delays are an affront, undermining what should be a routine diplomatic process. China argues that a new embassy is a normal right for any nation, necessary for effective diplomacy and serving its community. Official statements warn that continued delays erode trust and could damage broader UK-China cooperation. Beijing points to reciprocity, noting the UK's own embassy in Beijing and expecting similar treatment. The Chinese government frames the UK's hesitation as political, not practical, and hints at possible retaliation if the project is blocked. For China, the embassy is a test of the UK's respect and willingness to engage as equals. The standoff has become a symbol of the larger struggle for influence and trust between the two nations.
For Prime Minister Keir Starmer, the embassy saga is a defining foreign policy challenge. His government must balance economic interests with security concerns, all under intense public and political scrutiny. Approving the embassy could boost business ties, but risk accusations of being soft on China. Rejecting it would please security hawks and human rights advocates, but could provoke Beijing and harm UK interests abroad. The government's repeated delays reflect this impossible balancing act. Each postponement buys time, but erodes the image of decisive leadership. The pressure is mounting for Starmer to make a clear choice, one that will shape the UK's China policy for years. The embassy decision is now a test of the government's resolve and strategic vision.
The Royal Mint Court project has become a barometer for UK-China relations, with implications far beyond planning permission. The debate encapsulates the UK's struggle to balance economic engagement with security and human rights concerns. A rejection would likely trigger severe diplomatic and economic retaliation from Beijing, pushing the UK closer to a confrontational stance. Approval, on the other hand, risks domestic backlash and could strain alliances with other Western nations. The embassy decision will force the UK to clarify its approach, cautious engagement or strategic competition. The era of ambiguity is ending. The government must now choose a path. This single decision will send a powerful signal to Beijing and the world about the UK's priorities. The outcome will shape the trajectory of UK-China relations for years to come.
As the January 2026 deadline looms, the future of the Royal Mint Court Embassy remains unresolved. The government faces a stark choice: approve with strict conditions, seek a compromise, or reject the project outright. Any compromise may be unacceptable to Beijing and insufficient for UK security concerns. An outright rejection would harden the UK's stance, risking economic and diplomatic fallout. The decision is a microcosm of the broader challenge: how to engage with a powerful, assertive China. The embassy's fate will be a landmark moment, defining the UK's place in a shifting world order. Whether it becomes a symbol of Chinese power or a monument to failed diplomacy, the story highlights the complexities of modern geopolitics. The world is watching as the UK prepares to make its choice.